Dhiraj Chainani, Victoria Junior College, anytime you're ready.
Being in single-sex schools for 8 years, when I finally joined the integrated program, I was amazed. Girls! My first time studying amid them. And ever since then, it's always been the case that most of my friends are girls, which is my mom's explanation for my regular pimple outbursts. Anyway, my friends always ask me, Dhiraj, why are girls so comfortable around you? And I imagine myself as a charismatic, incredibly good-looking, and not to forget, super fit Indian boy. And while the reality may be that girls think I'm either very feminine or have already judged me from the start, I like to think positively. This is the power of imagination. It allows us to be more optimistic in situations. But stop! Snap out of your imagination. That's what my friends always tell me. They say imagination makes you delusional. And you can't afford to be delusional while being part of this harsh reality. Realists question imagination. And their view seems pretty valid, I suppose. 25,000 people dying each day of hunger. AIDS taking a life every 20 seconds. We have to focus on the reality. There's simply no time for imagination. Or is there? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here today to challenge reality or say that we should all imagine we're in a perfect world and forget what's happening around us. What I hope to do, however, is to convince you that imagination can and should be part of our reality, because imagination powers our mind and is a safe platform for all of us to express our creativity. Have a dream and make this dream part of our reality. History is full of examples of how imagination shapes events. Let's take a journey down memory lane. August 9, 1965, the day Singapore separated from Malaysia, left to stand on its own as a newly independent country. Seeing your Prime Minister cry on national television, not a single person celebrating that we finally gained independence. Who would have thought that this country would soon rise to be an important part of the global scene in a short period after our exit from Malaysia? One man did, and his name is Raja Ratnam. Together with two others, he founded modern Singapore. He was known to be a visionary and always imagined that Singapore would rise to be a key player on the world map. As the first foreign minister, he put his dreams into action. He pushed for Singapore to gain entry into the United Nations and the non-aligned movement and establish diplomatic links with other countries. He also pushed for greater racial harmony within the country, even fighting against racially centered proposals by his own government. This man's imagination was reflected in his actions, and he made a global Singapore a reality today. Also seen in the field of technology with Shigeru Miyamoto, creator of something that's so popular even amongst us today. In the 1980s, when the video game industry had collapsed, and everyone started to think that that was the end of video games, this man used his imagination to come up with a creative idea, Jumpman, later known as Mario. This was an instant hit amongst video gamers, and Shigeru redefined the video game industry. This is what imagination can do for us. It opens up new doors and allows us to expand and develop the present reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that we should be all imaginative and neglect reality. Reality is important. Of course it is. We'd be lying to ourselves if we ignored the reality that a woman in India is being raped every 20 minutes, and told ourselves that women are equally treated across the world. What I'm trying to establish here, however, is that the fact that women today have a sense of equal rights in at least first world countries is because of many feminists imagining such a future reality many decades ago. And that is why I'm saying imagination is the driving force behind reality. And if we remove imagination, we'd be stuck with the same reality. So go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, see the world the way you want to, and do not let others stop you from imagining. A word of caution, however, try not to be as imaginative as North Korea, to think that you can take down the USA with your large, modern collection of nuclear weapons. Thank you.